What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Coming at you with another video. Jerry with Dividend Trading. Going to be talking about Ocgn or OCGN for the ticker symbol. Going to be jumping into the technical analysis. Also going to be checking out institutional ownership. Got my tongue tied. And then also going to be checking out the Ortex data. But before I get started, please don't forget to hit up that like and smash that subscribe button. Down at the bottom of the screen helps people find the content and the channel. Also helps continue to grow the community as it has done so over the last few months. Just want to jump right in. Don't really want to waste anyone's time here. So on the day, Ocgn was down, finished down 71 cents, down 7.37% in the intraday, finished at $8.92. In the after hours, up a penny, finished at $8.93 in the after hours. Now, man, this thing is so backwards. Now, I know that there's, the famous adage, buy the hype, sell the news, and so on and so forth, right? But at the same time, it got two different types of good news yesterday and got just beat down to oblivion. It got approval, it's now accepted by, I think it's Switzerland, and then they're expecting the UK to follow suit next for anyone that's vaccinated with Covaxin. And then they also submitted the Ocgn 400 for their eye stuff, for their eye treatment for FDA approval. So two different forms of good news coming out for it, and it was down again. So, I mean, and then it had negative news for the earnings early this morning, and then it ran. It ran up to pretty much almost $10, and then it had a sell off after that. But still, it was opposite backwards trends for opposite and backwards news. So, super confusing in terms of kind of what to expect and the unpredictability of this thing. But hey, it's the stock market, right? So honestly, I mean, just based on the technicals, so it's really interesting. So the weekly looks really good. So the weekly, the MACD crossed back on the 22nd. On the 22nd of October, and then peaked on the RSI around the 29th, and then we're starting to make our way back down on that momentum. So it looks like we have a little bit of some bearish momentum here, but I think honestly, just based on where this is at, and until there's like any significant news, it really wouldn't surprise me if this thing was just bouncing sideways like it was for so many weeks prior. I mean, I would expect us to continue to bounce up and down in this zone, this $8.12 range up to $10, and just bouncing up and down until we actually get something significant that's going to have us break through. If you're looking at a solid entry point to get in, if this thing does happen to continue to dip, now I would check out 868. Looks like a pretty good level. Same with 839, and then obviously 812, and then $8. So, yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of patience and, how long can you wait for the news? I mean, I was in this thing last October when it was freaking 29 cents. So I feel like I've been waiting, in eternity, waiting for this thing to actually get approval. So it's been over a year. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely something to keep an eye on. Definitely something to continue to check every day until we do get news. I'm expecting, honestly, the news that Canada is going to accept it any day. And then hopefully we can get the U.S. to follow, immediately after that. So, and hopefully we can get that FDA approval. That would be significant. I do want to jump over to the Ortex data before I jump off this. Actually, here, before I do that, let me check out institutional ownership. Fintel, Ocgn. See if we had any significant change. We did. So today's the 9th. So we had some 13Fs filed. So Russell Investments Group bought 31,000 shares. Wow. Meter management. Let's see. Is it Pro Proquities Incorporated. Teacher Retirement System of Texas is still in it. So it looks like they increased roughly about 31%, purchased at an average share price of $761. They're up to 30,000, just under 31,000 shares. BlackRock is just under 13 million shares of ownership on this thing. Looks like they did sell a little bit, not anything significant. But, someone being that large of an institutional owner, that could be, indicative of why we did have some negative price action on the day. But, that's neither here nor there at this point. I mean, we all know what we hold. We all know why we're in the play. So it's super, super important just to stay in it and stay with those convictions and stay true to those convictions with this stock. So let me jump over now to Ortex. So let's see. On the day, pretty much, again, another net neutral day. We had a short interest change of down roughly half a percent. We had 3.65 million shares returned versus 3.3 borrowed against, for a net borrowed change of 352,000 returned from Ocgn's previous shares that were lent out. Now, current short interest of the free float is just under 28%. Cost to borrow minimum right around 2.32%. That max is hovering right around 4.75%, leaving that cost to borrow average just over 3.5% respectively. Now, nothing really crazy in terms of changes. Like the days to cover did change a little bit. It's down to 2.4. Utilization is down, currently just under 90% for that utilization rate. Cost to borrow is up though, up to 3.12 there in terms of that cost to borrow rate. Shares on loan did have a little bit of a dip, but still hovering around 71 million. Percent of free float on loan is still over 30%. So still, these numbers, even though they did have a little bit of a dip, they're still significantly high. From the exchange reported short interest that was reported yesterday, that was released to us. So the percent of the free float from the reporting from the settlement date of the 29th of October, 28.13% of the free float is short. And that's roughly about almost 55 million shares. So a little bit of a dip there, but again, nothing significant. I mean, we've been in the 50 million range since the end of June. So this is kind of normal now at this point. So I would expect this number to continue to increase. We did have some dip from the 13th of August to the end of August, and then it just climbed right back up. So I'm expecting the same thing with this. Yeah, I mean, again, just keep in mind with that range in terms of looking to buy $8.12 up to $10 is kind of where I think this thing is going to pretty much consolidate until we get that news. So if you're looking for, something to swing in the interim, I mean, it's definitely something to keep an eye out. I mean, I might even try to do that just to slowly increase my position until news comes out. Just have a daily or weekly swing to increase my position, in an effective manner without having to continuously throw dry powder at it. So, but yeah, I mean, that'll pretty much wrap this one up, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.